Hello, my lovelies. It's a beautiful yet wet start to the day. We've had amazing storms last night, incredible cloudbursts, thunder and lightning, and it so reminded me of my home soil in Africa, as I call it, your mother's soil. And yes, I'm in Australia now, and this has been my home for the past 17 years. And I absolutely love it. I've traveled so far and so wide, and I guess this is one of my favorite places. The little girl, Snooky, hello girl. She's 14 years old, and she's been chasing all sorts of creatures this morning, and she's off again. She's a miniature Maltese, and she's been my constant companion for such a long time, almost 15 years. So yes, a wet start to the day, but always appreciative to wake up, in such a lovely place and beautiful surroundings. The old cottage. The girl is really old, but I'm trying to restore I guess one paycheck at a time, and she's coming along. Got a few aches and pains, but we're soothing that. We will sort that out and try and restore her to a former glory. And the plants are just looking so beautiful. The lavender, English lavender, is just thriving, even at minus 4 degrees Celsius. And of course, there's all these little raindrops just clinging from last night's weather. I haven't seen the girls yet. I think they're still hiding in their shed. And nature is just so full of beauty. I look at the cold and weather, and it's minus 4 continuously, and then it drops to 1, and everybody's happy because it's a balmy day, and it's in Australia, believe it or not, central tablelands. And it's just an incredible experience to be here and sharing this beautiful environment with you. Just look at this. Isn't that a beautiful piece of art? Nature's bounty that surrounds us without many people taking notice. And as the rain fell last night, I was thinking how absolutely amazing, to feed the earth. And how many thousands of seeds there are lying waiting dormant, resting before the abundance of spring. I love it. I love it. All the seasons. Every season has got a purpose, and we have definite 3-month seasons here in Australia. Just looking at my Tuscan Blue, I planted them last season. They're doing well. Beautiful, strong, vigorous grower type of rosemary. They're beautiful. And we've got the old maple tree. The tree was here when I bought the property 5 years ago, and it's taking off slowly. And this is the old crepe myrtle. Last season we had a massive storm, and I heard this big bang, and a big branch came off. And then we had the very dry summer. And of course, the previous year we had the fires, so followed by the dry summer, and it was just devastating, the drought for the farmers. And this tree, with the last spring, with the rains, we've had an abundance of rain, and this beautiful tree just said, well, here I am, boys and girls. I'm going to grow beyond my means. So I'm trying to support it, because I would hate to lose more limbs. And she's doing very well. That's the view towards the creek. And of course, the paddock. How lovely to be able to share this with you. You know, I think we are so busy that we don't often focus on the beauty that's around us, and that's what it's all about, right? Wherever you find yourself, look for the beauty. And in the smallest and the most unexpected places, you find beauty, healing, and whatever else your soul might require. It'll be interesting to see. I've just planted the English lavender down here, and very soon, come spring, you will not believe the transformation. And so I've started uploading, the videos to share with you the beauty of the land, and the beauty and healing properties of this place. And in a world of chaos, of no time for each other, what better way to just stand still for a few moments in your day or in your week and just look at beauty that's around you and find pleasure in those small moments. This little bush, there's a couple of fairy wrens in there, and in summer they just dive in there. You can see a few of them. See if I can find them. Look at how they're playing. Lovely, shy little birds. And look at the beautiful drops, just the raindrops clinging to this old rose bush. Having a little play. Just look at that. Just look at that. Beauty in unexpected places. There's a French saying, le petit bonheur, and it means small happiness. And that's exactly what I find every day if I care to look, is small happiness, moments of pleasure and beauty. And this old girl I found on the side of the road. Somebody chucked her out, and she needs a bit of fixing, but look at it. She's got a beautiful resting place here at Old Jeringama Being Sanctuary. It's a sanctuary not only for bees, for ancient trees and shrubs and flowers if they will, but also for all creatures, alive and not, because I believe that every rock, every tree, every statue has a spirit of their own. And why not? Why not if we claim the same? This is the very old water tank. And yes, I will take you through the cottage at some point, but for the moment, we'll just enjoy the gardens. And here are my native bee boxes, native bee boxes. I'm just seeing the little girl. I just saw the little girl walk around, and she's obviously looking for me. So let's go find her. Come, Snooky. Hey girl. Come on. Come on. There you are. Hello, my baby. Good girl. Good girl. And so getting back to the bees, these are bee boxes for native Australian blue-banded bees. They're solitary bees, and they basically claim one of those little tubes as a nesting site. The males sleep on flower stalks or grass stalks at night, and the females make their nest, and they lay a series of between 6 and 12 little eggs, you know, in that in one of those holes. And yeah, and that's you know, where they overwinter, where they basically, the adults die. There's 3 generations in a season, and they then die. And she seals the entrance with a body. In most cases, they die from exposure because they're not social. They don't nest in a colony. They're solitary bees, and so they do die of exposure. And unfortunately, you know, you lose them. But in the spring, and normally when it's getting really warm here at Algeringama Bee Sanctuary, they emerge in November, and then the whole cycle begin again. And I've got some awesome footage I will put on to show you. Unfortunately, what these girls are doing, the cottage is constructed of Pise traditional rammed earth, and so they love the clay content, and so these girls basically invade the walls and construct their little burrows where they overwinter. And so I left it for this season, and as soon as the bees inside these burrows emerge, I will seal off these holes, and then they can move on to the nesting boxes. And from there you can easily transport them. Look it up, Australian blue-banded bees. They're absolutely amazing. Famous for bust pollination, especially tomato crops. Normal bees will go in and extract pollen and nectar. These girls go in and they create a buzz with their furry bodies so that the nectar actually becomes airborne and cling to their bodies, and then they take that back to their burrows or their little holes, wherever they might find themselves. It's probably about 9 o'clock in the morning now, and the sun is just peeking through. Absolutely beautiful to feel it, albeit very weak. But again, pleasure in small moments, right? And hopefully with the Bee Sanctuary, I could dedicate my time, full time, in the future at some point, to educate people about bees, about the organisms, about the soil, as we all learn together. I've always had a deep love for the land, and there's so much to learn. And you know what? One day at a time, but I would not want to be in another place. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for watching.